All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning from Montana, where I am. Good afternoon to those of you on the East Coast, and good evening to everyone who's joining us from Europe. We're very glad that you're here today. We have a really special presentation with Donatella Cinelli Colombini. It's an incredible winery, an incredible project. We are happy to have her as well as her daughter Violante on the call today. So we're going to move on to a presentation from them in just a second. In terms of housekeeping, if you have questions throughout the presentation, feel free to use the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. I will be checking that throughout the presentation. Otherwise, at the end of the presentation, we'll have a Q&A period. And during that time, you can actually unmute yourself and ask a question directly to Marco, Violante, Donatella, whoever you would like. So with that, we're going to go ahead and head over to Marco, but let me just say thanks again for being here. So Marco, all you.
Thank you very much, Rachel, for arranging this great afternoon for us. Late afternoon. Italy is still in a summer. We have a very warm day today. Cortona is full of tourists, and we little by little go back to normality. And we hope some of you are Americans to be able to come to Europe and Italy soon. We miss everybody. But this summer is going much better than we thought. We had a lot of tourists, mostly from Italy, but we also have a lot of Europeans that they enjoy our land and our wines. Today is a special day, not only because, as you know, my favorite wine is Brunello Montalcino, because today we have one of the most important producers of Montalcino. Donatella and I, we know each other from a long time, and Donatella, she's the spirit of Montalcino. She's a warrior. She's just making the Brunello to be fantastic all over the world. She's a great ambassador. So when we thought to have a schedule to have those tastings, Donatella was always on the top, because it's one of the first lady in a male system, because wine has been always for only men. She's the one that fights to everybody, and she become an icon of the woman wines, and Violante, she's going to explain what we're talking about. But today we also have a pleasure to have a list of wine exceptional, which is of course is lightning with the Brunello 2015. This is one of the best vintage of the century. So later I'm going to tell you more details about it. I already opened a bottle. I have a great wine here. It smells so good that I wish you had a bottle in front of me like I do now. I'm going to drink a fantastic wine, and 15 is, of course, one of the wine to buy it. So I'm very, very happy and proud with my family to be arranged this with Donatella, Violante, Cinelli Colombini, and I thanks everybody to be with us, and I give the word to Violante. We're gonna have a nice video first, and then we're gonna come back and listen to the beautiful, beautiful story of Donatella Cinelli Colombini. Okay, go ahead.
Casato, prime donne. Brunello di Montalcino. Rosso di Montalcino. Fattoria del Colle. Chianti Superiore. Cenerentola.
All right, Violante, let's it's all to you now. Thank you.
Hi, Marco and Rachel, and thank you for everyone that is with us this morning. That is morning for you, afternoon for us. We are very, very happy to have the opportunity to explain you what we did and something more about our winery and our story, because our family is in Montalcino from 400 years ago. So it's something that is in our blood, and it's something very normal for me, even for me, because I know that is strange to say, but I can tell you that I was playing with the Barbie in the wine shop of our family when I was a child. So it's something very very special that was born with us. And my mom decided to start with her own project in 1998. And we are a little bit different from the other wineries, as Marco was saying, because when my mom was looking for a cellar master, an enologist that was able to taking care of the winery, she called the school in Siena to have a good student, but it was not very easy to find a good enologist. And as I told you before, it was 1998, so 20 years ago, more or less. And so she tried again, asking a different question. And she was asking, may I have a lady? And the answer was totally different. Are you sure you want a woman to manage your wineries? That was the answer. And she decided to take the opportunity to do something different. So this is why we have the first winery in Italy with only women working in our team. And this is not a discrimination message, but this is something that we decided to do because we need to say that the ladies, the women can produce wine, because you need to be intelligent to do something well. You need to use all your efforts to do your best. Now we have the machines to do all the rest. So don't need to be very, very strong. You need to be intelligent. And speaking about our Prime Donne project, I don't know, Rachel, can we use some pictures? Thank you. So this is the team. Sometimes people are asking me if these are all members of our family. No, but something very similar, because the winery is small. We want to produce not many bottles, but we want to do our best. So the team is also our family. So me, my mom, the consultant, and all the people that are taking care of the wines, from Barbara to Alessia, that is taking care of the agriturismo and the PR, and Deborah and all the ladies that are working with us in the winery. So Going on with the next picture. Of course, when we think about wine, we think about vineyard. So the place where we have to work hard to produce high quality. And on the top of the hill, you can see Montalcino. So the first part of the Prime Donne project is the winery. So going on, you see the winery. It was not like this at the beginning. When we arrived there, it was quite destroyed. We found 2 trees inside, but my mom rebuilt everything and we started little by little. And of course, if we go on, we see the winery inside that is not very big. As I told you before, we when we are lucky, because everything depends on nature. So if we are lucky, we can produce 55,000 bottles between the Brunello and the Riserva. So we don't want to grow, we want to use only our grapes. We don't buy nothing from outside. So only Sangiovese, we have 17 hectares of Sangiovese and 3 rooms with the barrels where we age and we take care of our wines until when the Brunello will be ready for the sales. And as you can see from the picture, there is our special signature, that is the red heart. So this is something special that you will see when you will come to visit Casato Prime Donne in Montalcino, that is in the northern part of Montalcino. So we are speaking about a very long, very elegant and soft wine. So something that will be very special to enjoy a moment that you want to share with special people. And the red heart is the way that we use to sign the best quality that we have in the winery. Going on with the next picture, you can see the building, so the winery with the offices on the first floor, and we have a tasting room, and on the second part, we have the fermentation part of the winery and another vineyard. So we are speaking about Ardita. Ardita is a vineyard of 17 years old. My mom planted it, so we are going on planting new vineyards with the target to increase the quality of our wines year after year. And Vignardita is the winner, considering the quality of our grapes every year. We cannot tell you nothing about this harvest because we will start in few days, and until when all the grapes will be inside the winery, we cannot say something about the harvest, but we will tell you after. And yes, going on with the pictures, you can see that the second part of the Progetto Prime Donne is a wine. A very important wine that is selected by 4 ladies, friends of my mom, and also my friends. 2 are master of wines, one is the sommelier, and one has a wine shop. So they have different jobs. They all work in the wine world, but they consider the wine from different aspects. They come 1 time per year in our winery. They have samples coming from different vineyards and different barrels. They don't know what they are tasting. They know that the wine is coming from our property, because as I told you before, we don't buy nothing from outside. So the wine is coming from Casato Prime Donne vineyards. But in the last few years, they decided to use grapes coming from Ardita. So even if they didn't know that the wine was coming from Ardita, it was easy to choose the wine from this vineyard because it was the best wine. So we are speaking about a single vineyard wine, the total production when we produce it, because this is not a wine that we produce every year. The maximum production is 6,600 bottles. And yes, I told you, I think, everything. The last part of the Prime Donne project, this is the panel of ladies. So the lady on the top of the table is Valérie Lavigne, our consultant, and Daniela Scrobogna, the sommelier from ICE, and Astrid Spatz. So they are friends. The first time that we did this project was with the vintage 1993. So now they know how to work together. And yes, this is something very special from us. And this is one of the wines that we decided to offer you today because it's one of the more representative wine that we produce. Going on with the last vineyard, of course, the season is different. So this is something that you will see coming in Tuscany in few months. And this is also the second property that we have, that is Fattoria del Colle. There we produce different wines. We are in the Val d'Orcia area, and the last wine that you will taste is Cenerentola. So there we have a winery where we produce DOC Orcia, Chianti, and some IGT wines. And we have an agriturismo, 2 restaurants, and a spa with the cooking class. So if you want to relax, and we hope that you will be able to come, as Marco was saying, very soon, because we love to welcome American people in our wineries, and we will be ready to organize a very nice welcome for you. Marco, I think you can start with the tasting. We cannot hear you.
Marco, you're muted. Can you go ahead and unmute yourself and start over?
Open the voice. You have to open the voice.
No, no.
Yes, I'm too to do this. I got Michela to do that for me. Okay, thank you for your presentation, Violante. I've been in the winery several times, and the selection of wine is really beautiful. Plus, I told you this year we're very, very lucky because every vintage is exceptional, which is, it cannot be like this every year. As you know, the area of Montalcino is a monovarietal area like Bourgogne, so we only use Sangiovese 100%. So not every year we can achieve the perfect maturation, the perfect quality. Then of course every producer try to do their best, but on 2015 or 18, like we have it tonight, that's easier to make great wines, and the experience of Donatella makes everything to be perfect. So we're gonna start telling you that today the offer is only for you. It's not referred to anybody else. So there's only you listen today to us. So thank you for the generosity the winery, and of course also us, we participate. We give you free shipping from starting from 12 bottles in each wine you're gonna buy it. The wine are really, really good. We start from the basic one. We don't call it basic, but we call it a fantastic wine, which is still made with Sangiovese, which is Rosso di Montalcino. I don't know if you know it, but Rosso di Montalcino is a wine less produced than Brunello, because Brunello in average every year produces only 10 million bottles, which is a small number compared to other wines. But the Rosso is made in less, about 4 million bottles. Out of 4 million bottles, most of the bottles stay in the domestic market. The domestic market is very strongly for Rosso di Montalcino, because those are the wines that we drink every day in the house. This is something that we give to all our clients. Rosso di Montalcino is exceptional. This year, the 2018 is really beautiful, full of nice fruit, easy and fantastic. It's going to be a great Brunello 2018, but the Rosso you can appreciate immediately. This is a wine that will age without any problem 8 to 10 years. This is a wine for really every day, and the price for that. We have a shipping free, but you can buy 10 bottles and receive 2 bottles for free. So it makes the offer to be exceptional. If you come to my house, of course, I drink Brunello, but for every day I drink Rosso di Montalcino. This is something that you must drink all the time, because this is really an everyday drinking. As you know, Italian wine, they stay alive without any problem, also when you don't finish the bottles. This is why you put back the cork, in 3-4 days you can finish your bottle. And this is really one of the why we sell the most to our top clients for every day. So we give them Brunello to store it, to open for the right moment, but for every day we must drink Rosso di Montalcino. And Donatella Cinelli Colombini, she make a great one, fresh, beautiful, nice. 2018 has been a summer, beautiful, but with very low temperature, especially in the evening. It rained a lot in September, and then late September, October was great in the sun. So we have a fantastic quality. It's gonna be a great surprise where we're gonna have the Brunello 2018, because this is a kind of vintage in Montalcino that nobody talks about it. Then when we go open the bottles, we appreciate this is like 2001 or 99. 2018 is going to be a great vintage. Then, of course, the king of today, of course, not the king, the queen, because this is the woman winery, are the Brunellos. And Donatella, she make 3 exceptional one, and I repeat for the second time, that is a great vintage. 2015 is exceptional. 2015 has been the dream from a producer. It was a very cold winter with a lot of snow, nice spring, little bit of rain in May, nice and beautiful summer with low temperature in the evening. July pretty strong in the sun, it was very warm. And then after the 15th of August, it rained a couple of times. And then the season started to be exceptional. In September, October, we harvest pretty late. In 2015, we can ask later to Donatella, is a kind of vintage, of course, 5 stars vintage, the best one in Montalcino, but which is not similar to anybody else before. So 2010 is exceptional, still not ready to drink. 2012, we have so many 5-star vintage in the past, but 2015 is unique. Why? It's nice already now. He has a kind of tannin which is sweet. I won't say ready to drink, because this is a wine that will go forever. So I will wait at least another year and a half. But the 2015 Donatella Cinelli Colombini has a fruit in the nose which you fall in love with. Those are the kind of wine you appreciate all day when you open. Of course, don't forget, Brunello di Montalcino must be open in advance. Those bottles that I drink now has been open today at 12. So it's about 7 hours that those bottles are open. Brunello is not in everyday drinking. You can also use a decanter, but this is really a fantastic wine. Potentially, it can age 25 to 30 years without any problem. The offer is free shipping again for a wine that scored pretty well. As you see, the ratings only offer, you buy 11 bottles and you receive, of course, one box of 12. So this is a great wine, but of course, the highlight of the Tri Brunello is the Prime Donne, which is the wine that Violante present, also because the numbers is much smaller as a production. If I'm correct, is about 9,000 bottles. And the Prime Donne is a wine which, of course, goes in export, but really the numbers are very tiny. This is the woman taste. What it means is the woman taste means that woman means elegance. So this is an elegant wine which is beautiful. We need to wait a couple years before drinking, probably 1.5. Again, 2015, extraordinary. This is always one of the highlights of the Brunello every vintage. The score are high because the wine is beautiful and very good. This is a wine that really represents the area where is located the winery. This is really a wine that never have any problem. Age 25 to 30 years, I have the privilege to test also all vintages. And let me tell you, this wine is really, really good. We thank the generosity of the winery because today we have a great offer for free shipping. Out of 12 bottles, which we already have a great price, we have a Magnum for free. And the Magnum is exceptional. It will come directly to you together with the box. Magnum, as you know, is the best size to enjoy the wine. This is one of the best wine, or you're gonna also give as a gift to somebody. This is really a few, I don't know how many Magnum they make, of course, not too much. So this is really a treat. And tonight we're gonna have an opportunity also to have the famous Riserva di Montalcino from Cinelli Colombini, because this is one of the most awarded wine in Montalcino. As you know, Riserva age 1 year longer, so it's coming 6 years after the harvesting. And of course, the 2015 will come next year, but now we have available 2013. The Riserva is not made every year. So for example, last year in 2014 hasn't been released, but the Riserva 13 is a kind of vintage like 98, also 98, but also 2018 that we were talking before. It's been cool and fresh. And let me tell you, those are the best vintages to do the Riserva, because sometimes Riserva, when we're doing world vintages, it doesn't get the nice balance and the nice acidity that can have a 2013. As you see also here, the score are extremely high. Donatella Cinelli Colombini make a small Riservas, which is a selection of the best barrels that they are on the storage. And this is really a fantastic wine. Also here we have to thank Donatella for the great offer to take out, listen to me, no 2013, my another 5-star vintage 2012, a Magnum for free if you buy 12 bottles. And of course, also here is the free shipping. How much can Riserva age? We can ask more to Donatella, but I tested their Riserva many times, including the famous 97 and 2001, which has been very awarded, the wine. Trust me, you don't want to wait 50 years, but those wines that will go 50 years without any problem. And I don't wait 50 years, otherwise I don't get any money here. So just drink it before. 2013 is exceptional. You can start drinking in 1 year, because in 1 year it will be already pretty good enough. If we say 4 hours opening time for Brunello regular, we're gonna say, I'm sorry to tell you, 12 hours. Brunello di Montalcino Riserva deserve decanting, deserve 12 hours. So it's lunch for dinner, dinner for the next lunch. Don't be afraid to open Italian wines. Italian wines are full of acidity. They're very high on acidity. So those wines you're gonna appreciate with the best people around the table, with your best friends. They never heard about it. This is one of the most expensive wine from Italy. They are abroad. Just a second ago, I received an email from a lady. It was a Morton steakhouse, and the cheapest Brunello was 140. You know, the Riserva in general got 250, 300, 400 in a restaurant. In a retail store, we don't find too many. So here we have a great price. And you see, it's only 85. This is an exceptional wine. Thank you very much to Donatella that gave us a few cases to give it to you, because this is really one of the highlights of the evening. And of course, we finish with a wine coming from the other estate. This is a project that Violante love it. It's called Cenerentola, which is Cinderella in English. So it's like a dream. It's like something for the winery. But behind the dream, there's also the grape that is used, which is called Foglia Tonda, which is a project done by Donatella, which gave back with this ancient grape. As you know, Italy is the largest amount of grape of the world. So this is a grape that's only owned by Donatella and a few other producers. And this time we receive on 12 bottles a limited edition square cell centerpiece. I'm not too good on that, so I'll leave the word to Donatella later to explain what it is. Donatella has a beautiful chain or shop called Toscan Lovers, which is when you come to visit us, is in Cortona next to me, is in Siena, is in Bagno Vignoni, if I'm correct. And this is a great selection of a lot of utilities and a lot of plates and things for the house that you can enjoy together with the wine. So I'm extremely happy. The offer is great. Of course, Rachel, she's always there to collect all the orders. We take care of that and we ship it. You're gonna receive very soon. You can also mix the cases up, and then we will see about the gift. But the offer is exceptional. It's only for you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marco. Violante and Donatella, I know you have some of the wines in front of you. Could you talk to us just a little bit about which wine you're tasting or which one you are liking the most right now?
I have all the wines in front of me, and now I am tasting Cinderella, Cenerentola, the Dio Sioccia, because I love very much this wine. We use for this wine two types of grape, of course, Sangiovese, but also Foglia Tonda, that is an original Tuscany grape, and was abandoned about 1 century ago. And I worked for 15 years to understand how to manage the vineyard, the best way for the vinification, the best barrel for the aging. And now the Cinderella is becoming a princess. Look at the label, you can see the crown. Because the success of this wine is so big that now we can say that she married the Blue Prince. So, as in the short story in the Naples, the same happened in the wine. We had a big problem at the beginning with the Foglia Tonda grape that was unknown, and so we work a lot to understand this grape. But after, the success of this wine was really big because it's different. It's typical from Tuscany, but it's rich of powerful it's velvet, but it's powerful because Foglia Tonda is a powerful grape. Sangiovese is elegant. It's like a naval person, very elegant, very fine. Instead of Foglia Tonda that is strong, and together is a very nice match, is different. And you can drink this wine with some different foods, the China, the Indian, the Italian, of course, food, but you enjoy something that is typical from Tuscany, but is very, very different. It's not this the wonderful Sangiovese, something of different, a little more spicy. It's part of our tradition that we discover after 1 century.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Violante, you have in front of you also the wine she was talking about, correct? Are you drinking anything over there?
No, I have all the wines, and of course, it's difficult for us to choose because, as with the children, all are the same. So we love all them. Of course, I was born in Montalcino, so if I tell you what is my best wine from Montalcino, of course, Brunello. But even if we produce Brunello, we cannot drink Brunello every day. So, of course, for a nice lunch with friends, for a gift, and in every moment you want, you can choose the Rosso di Montalcino, and you have the important name of Montalcino on the label. Of course, if you want to celebrate something, Brunello will be the winner for sure. And Cenerentola is something special. So if you look at the label, you see our hills, because I know that the DOC Orcia is not something very well known, but if I tell you about Val d'Orcia, and I know that you are dreaming to be here, these are the labels, the hills, these are the cypresses, and a very shiny night with many stars, the full moon, and this very elegant lady that has no face, because as Cinderella had two very well-known sisters that were very important, it was Cinderella to win the prince, not the two sisters. So if you do your best and you believe in a project, you can win. And this is what we do. We believe in what we do every day in Montalcino, in Val d'Orcia. We like to welcome people, showing our winery, doing special tastings, because we have the music tasting, we have the historic tasting, so not only glass and a tour, but something different that can be nice not only for the experts, but even for the families. So, or for people that are curious, because maybe you will be an expert, but you need to start from somewhere.
Well, I know I'm very sad that I'm just drinking coffee this morning. So for those of you who have joined us, if anyone has any questions, now would be a good time to go ahead and raise your hand. You'll see the small feature on the bottom of your screen. If you raise your hand, then in just a moment, I'll let you know that you are up and you can ask a question or just give any feedback or comments on the presentation and the project. And really quick, while we wait for people to get their hands raised, Donatella, Marco had asked kind of the 2013 Reserva. How long do you feel like that should age for right now? When will it be ready to go?
We have to say something. When I left my family estate, the first reaction was to do something of new. And so we made a lot of experimentation, barrels, the big barrel, the barrique. Little by little, I understood that the right way was to understand and to follow the experience of the old generation, my grandfather, and all the people that worked before. And this is the reason why we are organic in the vineyard, and we came back at the big barrels. bigger each year. we increase the size of the barrel. And in the grape harvest that we made by hand, we used the old system. You remember that there was a big fashion to divide the vineyard, the single vineyard production. The old people choose grape, the bunch, the grape, each one in the vineyard, to select the grape of the same standard of ripeness. And we came back at this system. It means that the best quality for the Reserva is the result, the effect of a big selection made at the beginning in the vineyard. Each grape is chosen, and we came back in the same vineyard 1 time, 2 times, 3 times to select the perfect ripeness. And also in the vinification, at 20 years ago, we tried to work the grape to obtain the maximum extraction. Now we came back at the original system. We don't touch the natural made by themselves. This is the reason why each year is very different, because the touch of the weather is very strong. But the Reserva is the result of a big choosing. We choose also the barrel for each vineyard, for each little portion of vineyard. And at the end, we are able to offer a wine that is very enjoyable in the young time and after 20, 30 years old. Of course, if everything is perfect, the vinification is made in the right way, in the right day, the wine is able to survive for 1 century. The nature helps us. Sometimes we mistake. But of course, the Montalcino area is very, very lucky. It's the best place in the world for the Sangiovese production. And our area, that is in the coolest part of the Montalcino region, has a very slow ripening of the grape. And this is a big help to produce wine that are able to be enjoyable after 30, 50, 1 century. This is our dream.
Thank you for that. It's a beautiful story. It's inspirational. So we do have a couple of questions here, which will continue the story. So the first person up, give me just a second. It'll be Bob Friedman. Let me go ahead and unmute him, and then he can ask his question here in just a minute. And Bob, sometimes you can unmute yourself too if I can't get it. Give me just a sec. All right, there we go, Bob. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, hi, Marco. Hi, Rachel. Great to see you. Give my love to Barbara and Abel. I have a couple of questions. One, how far is your winery time-wise away so that when the next time we go to see Marco, we can come visit you? How far is it from Cortona?
1 hour and 1 hour and 15, 1 hour and 20 minutes.
All right. Next question.
If you come in Fattoria del Colle, it's even more close, because it's 30 minutes. So if you, I don't know if you have a house in Cortona,
Yeah,
but
I want to say that.
Okay, so if you want to have fun with us at our restaurant in Fattoria del Colle, you come to Trequanda, that is close to Sinalunga, and there you can eat Tuscan food and drink our wines. Or if you come at Casato Prime Donne, we are in the northern part of Montalcino, so as Marco was telling you, depending on how you drive, but usually it's 1 hour, 10 minutes.
I drive, Bob. I drive, Bob. Don't worry.
Marco drives me. The next question is, your Reserva, your 2015 Reserva, when will it be released?
The 1st of January.
1st of January, okay. Next question, the last question. Would you say the Prima Donna is more drinkable for those that don't want to wait 50 years or don't have 50 years to wait? Is the Prima Donna more drinkable now than the Reserva?
Yes.
Yes?
I think so.
I think
so. I test both wines. For Reserva, we need to wait longer, but not too long, probably 2 years. But for the 15 is exceptional like this. You open the bottle, they're really good and they can age forever. So Bob, this is the wine for you. Is the Prima Donne. Is a wine you can enjoy also tomorrow. But if you forget in the storage, it will be there always fantastically well.
Okay. You'll have my email in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Give my best to Abel.
I will. Thank you, Bob.
All right.
Ciao. Give my best to Karen.
All right. Next up, we have Kathy Merchant, and I believe Betsy is with her as well. So give me just a second. Kathy, you can unmute yourself.
I am unmuted, and unfortunately, I'm not with Betsy because in the United States, it's a challenge to travel to New York, Connecticut, or New Jersey. And at 1:00 p.m., the day before I was supposed to fly to Connecticut, Connecticut said, nope, nobody from Ohio may come. Given that, buonasera.
Buonasera, ciao bella.
Very happy to be part of this. Poor Betsy, it's okay. But we are having the Prime Donne 2012 for our wine tasting, and it is gorgeous, and I'm so happy I already have one more bottle of that. So we were intrigued, my friend John and I from Cincinnati, about the grape Fogliatonda, and we wondered if you could talk about that just a little bit more. And so are you the only ones who grow this or use this grape in your wine? Is it almost extinct? How much of it is there? We're just curious about that grape, and we can't wait to come visit you personally to try it on premise.
Mama, I think you are the best person to say something. Show the little thing that you have.
This is Fogliatonda. This is Fogliatonda.
Do you see those are the leaves, right? Or is that the grape?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
The DOC Orcha, it is a new denomination that was born on 15th of February. You know which day is the 15th of January? Is San Valentine, the love day. And so the Orcha wine was born in 2000 in the middle between Chianti Classico, Vino Nobile and Brunello, all around. But the most close are Brunello and Vino Nobile. This is the reason why she has two sisters, has the young lady of the navel. And I understood that was impossible for DOC Orcha to compete with Brunello with the same grape, only Sangiovese. And I look around for another grape from Tuscany able to match with Sangiovese. And I founded the Fogliatonda. So the region administration, the Tuscany administration, gave me the possibility to obtain the the graph to begin the production. And of course, at the beginning was an experimentation. And after the Bologna University helped me, but we didn't know which kind of grape it was. It was Mr. Professor Scienza that understood that Foglia Tonda is a son of Sangiovese.
Okay.
And richest of extract of tannin, of acidity, stronger, but it is a son of Sangiovese. And together are a wonderful blend, very different, very huge.
We cannot wait to try it. And so I didn't know that you had an agriturismo, but I'd like to make my reservation for as soon as Americans are welcome in Italy again. I promise you I'm booking my flight on that very day. Thank you, Donatella. Grazie mille.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Kathy. We appreciate it. And we are pretty much good on the questions. So we hit our 15 minutes. We should probably let people go on their way, but we'll leave the final words with the three of you. So if you wanted to say a quick goodbye and we'll be off.
Allora, I start, and I start thanking Rachel to arranging this beautiful presentation, and of course the Violante and Donatella, the Queen of Montalcino, for the wine. And of course, I thank you that you've been wake up early to follow us. So today is Saturday, so maybe some of you that will stay by the beach or whatever. So I'm thanking you to be with us today. And I really wait for everybody to come back. If it was for us, you were already here. Thank you very much. We keep doing with this beautiful testing, do privately with a few people, because we believe that this is the only way to achieve to give the opportunity. You know, for us, for me, I go to the winery 3 times a week, so I know everybody. But sometimes the producer, they don't know the consumer. So we want to be a trade union to put everybody together. And Rachel, she's a maestro for this. So I thanks everybody, and have a fantastic weekend. And I see you soon. Ciao.
Thank you. Thank you for the attention. Thank you to Marco for this wonderful opportunity and for the presentation. Thank you to Rachel, because it is really professional, very clever. Thank you very much. And thank you for all the people that are looking at us, because we are very, very happy to show you, to explain you our history, the little story of each vintage, because for us, each one of them is part of, is different, but is part of a long story, and it is like an adventure, because we work with nature, and we try as a player in a orchestra to give a good interpretation of nature. And we are very lucky, because in Montalcino, the weather is so good, so perfect for Sangiovese, that we understand to be really very lucky, and it is a privilege to work there, to produce wine in this wonderful area.
So what I want to say is very similar. I was working with Rachel last weeks, and you did a very good job. Marco, we know you are a very professional salesman. And we are in contact all the time, even because we have a wine shop.
What are you saying?
Less. Okay.
Muted again. Sorry.
No. It's important for us to say that we are a team. So it will be even more evident when you will come, because we are not a big winery where you come and you saw something that is totally different from what you was thinking about. We are speaking about a building that is the same of the past. So if you think about the house of an Italian grandfather, this is the place that you will find when you will come to Casato Prime Donne or Fattoria del Colle. There is a church, there is the place where we were storming the cereals, where the animals were. So this is our home, and we are very happy to organize something to welcome you, and we are even more happy to have this opportunity to share our story, our wines with you, friends of Molesini shops.
Perfect.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.